What it do, snackers, snack yes, snack X's. Welcome to the Put a Pin in It podcast, where we take things we were talking about in Loading Snacks Weekly and we get a little bit more in depth. This is where we really spend our time looking at movie trailers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, anytime we do a trailer and it's on YouTube, we tend to get hit, copyright hits and stuff like that. Sometimes stuff gets blocked completely or, whatever. Now, with video game trailers, it's a little bit different. So you may see that when we're doing weekly, if there's a video game trailer we want to watch, we may go ahead and watch that. We don't
Mm-hmm.
generally ever see hits for copyright or anything like
Yeah.
that if it's a video game trailer, unless they have copyrighted music in that trailer, and then we'll generally see a hit. But movie trailers is a whole different ball game, and so I think that this is where we'll generally do like full on viewing of trailers and reacting to them and talking about them. Again, as well as kind of going back to things that we were talking about in the show that we need to go a little further in depth with, or that kind of thing. So, jokes without any further ado, let's
Mm-hmm.
take a look at this Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. I mean, that feels good immediately,
Hey.
right?
Never
Yeah.
touch the buttons.
Bro, that seatbelt can't be doing
I
anything.
can use some information.
Whoa. For this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking
I'll
for
tell
a
you
hut.
whatever you want.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Like you doing?
Gangsters, war criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
Very choppy for me, Joe. I don't know if it's choppy for you, but it's very choppy.
It's smooth on my side.
And then it will be his
Super
turn.
choppy.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared?
That's just pretty
You
terrible.
should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
I like this kid.
What are you waiting for?
I can't.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Film is not yet rated. It's look, it could be a really good 80s type Goonies adventure
Mm-hmm.
film. Again, I think that just listening to the core of what's happening in this trailer, the music is more whimsical. Like, this feels like a space adventure or a space odyssey where the Mandalorian was a western, right? If you listen to the theme song of the Mandalorian, that like it's the right, it's like it has adventure in it, but it feels very grounded. You know what I mean? Which is very different from what Star Wars is,
Mm-hmm.
across the board, right? But this is like, hey, we're going off on an adventure. The music is very like, like it's very, you know what I mean? It's a very different feeling by comparison to what the the TV show felt like
Mm-hmm.
for the Mandalorian. And again, adding in Grogu to the title does, I think, maybe change things. It's Starsky and Hutch. It's Turner and Hooch. It's, you know what I mean. It's Bad Boys. It is. It's like a buddy cop kind of a film, but again, I think geared a little bit more towards kids
Mm-hmm.
and families, and not targeted towards adults who might be even old enough to care about, love, and respect a Western.
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian as a show felt like Tombstone. It felt like, you know what I mean? Like it just was heavier and more serious, and it was about a bounty hunter. This is not a movie about a bounty hunter. This is a movie about a father. You know what I mean? Like taking a baby, a kid off, you know what I mean? And like experiencing what it's like to have a kid who has these powers, who whatever, but also kind of teaching them how to fight or something. But even in the trailer, like they're setting it up for Grogu to be the
Mm-hmm.
continuing thing, right? I'm not saying that Mando's not gonna survive this movie. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't survive the movie, but the only
Mm-hmm.
reason why I would think he would survive is because it just seems like this is much more geared towards children than anything else, which is the only reason why I think he survives. But listening to the dialogue where he's saying, "Hey, the kid's gonna live for centuries longer than me," right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Grogu's already 50 plus years old,
Mm-hmm.
so Grogu is already older than
Yep.
it. It says to me that there are tons of stories left to be told about Grogu and where
Definitely.
Grogu goes and what happens to Grogu beyond just this movie, because the kid's gonna live for centuries beyond me.
Behind
And for
him.
anybody who has even a small amount of interest or knowledge around Star Wars lore, having someone else of Yoda's species besides Yaddle is a big deal. And like, where in the world were they? And if this child is force sensitive, how could Yoda not be aware of their existence, or
And
just,
everything.
whatever it is? So what happens and where it goes, I think is an interesting direction. And right now, on a very MCU level moment, I'm gonna say in Filoni we trust. Like it's been in Feige we trust with the MCU. I'm gonna say in Filoni we trust. Like Dave Filoni knows Star Wars through and through, has an incredible love for the franchise and the stories, and has done overall a pretty solid job of telling telling the stories and moving it forward. And I think in smart ways bringing the franchise into this
Mm-hmm.
century for real. Um, so we have to see. Again, it's hard for me to not be disappointed. I'm a little bit disappointed because again, that's not saying it's not going to be good,
Right.
but it's already different than what my expectations were based on the show we were coming from. So, um, I think they have more work ahead of them to sell what this movie is to the people who already know who the Mandalorian is.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are many people who know Grogu, have seen Grogu, seen dolls, seen toys, seen him on t-shirts and pajama pants and whatever else, and are aware, like just by the zeitgeist of that, oh, there's a little, but to them, it's probably still Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this might be the first time they're actually hearing the word Grogu.
With Grogu.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's with this trailer. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it might be the first time for a lot of them. So those are not people they have to convince, so to speak. but they got a large group of people for what is one of the most watched Disney Plus shows um of all time across 3 seasons, um to kind of convince. So I think they have some heavier lifting to do across whatever the trailer runs are going to be like for this movie going forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. Do you have additional thoughts on it?
Uh, I'm ready for it. Like, I think it's going to, just like you said, I think it's going to be okay. And trying to change the tone and trying to get the younglings, I use that in here early to now latch on to probably build with this new era of Star Wars going forward. It's probably what they're looking to do for it. Um, I think the movie's going to be enjoyable. It may not necessarily give you that same look and tone that we're familiar with from watching The Mandalorian, but
Mm-hmm.
and obviously there you're going to get to really know Pedro Pascal because that helmet comes off in that trailer, so makes you wonder really how how much of the movie he ain't going to even have that helmet on for real, for real. But
I mean,
I
I think you'll
think,
have it on. I just think I don't know. I think in the trailer, like, look, he could have the helmet on for the majority of the movie,
mm-hmm,
but again, I think it's important in the trailer to establish for people that this is who you're watching. Even if
mm-hmm,
for real, you won't know whether you're watching him or not. You might just be
right,
hearing his voice in the film or when the action's happening or whatever. That's how you sell this movie. You need his face to help sell this movie to people. I think that's an unfortunate side effect / no brainer under the circumstances. You kind of have to. So,
mm-hmm,
um, but yeah, I mean, it could just be that moment. He could take it off, and it might, you might see his face for a couple of minutes, and then the rest of the movie, he's fully armored.
mm-hmm,
But they could have really planned that joint and be like, this is for the trailer. Like, we're really only making this happen in the movie for
yeah.
the trailer because we got to make sure people know. So, um, yeah, I mean, again, it remains to be seen. I'm still a little. I don't know. I don't know how I feel, jokes, but we'll see. I wanted to ask you while we were doing the show where you sit. We talked about your top Scream films.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you about Scream versus um
Final Destination.
Final Destination. Where do you sit with I Know What You Did Last Summer?
If
So
I remember, I'm
Scream
trying
and I
to
Know What You Did Last Summer were basically out at the same
the
time.
same
Like they
exact
are
time
in the same, yeah. And they were kind of doing the same thing where you
the same
don't have like a supernatural
kind of thing.
killer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Honestly, I've only seen I Know What You Did Last Summer a handful of times. I haven't even seen I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So,
Which is
and
fair.
I'm gonna watch them because obviously we have the reboot / refresh, whatever you want to call it. That's supposedly that's coming out. So right now, I don't have a leg in the race with that one. If I had to put it
Okay.
somewhere, like that one's going to be at the bottom just because I don't have as much of a connection to it as I do the other two. Could that change if I watch it? Maybe. Do I think it is? Probably not. But I do remember when Scream was out. Probably when I originally got it, like on DVD when it came out. Like they were like the parallels of one another, and it was kind of that same concept. But for some reason, I never got pulled into it to watch it as much as I did with the Scream movies.
It's been a very long time since I've seen I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think I think it's better than Scream.
Ooh.
Now, I think the movie is better.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think Scream had a memorable, more marketable villain.
Mm-hmm.
making it easier to do sequels. Like Ghostface is a thing. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like you could sell masks to people at Halloween. And it's a very, very simple. It's such a simple getup. It's the easiest of all the horror movie villains,
Yeah, being
technically. But
able to.
like, I know what you did last summer was like the Gordon's Fisherman with a hook. Like it wasn't that joint wasn't tough for real either. Like you could do it, but it wasn't. But it didn't have that iconic face. And I'm also say this. It's my firm belief that Scream only did as well as it did and became as popular as it is because of the parody movies. Bro, the Scream mask with the super smiley face
Valve.
where he's hot, like all of that kind of stuff is like it took Ghostface and elevated because here's the thing. I'm almost positive they never call Slim Ghostface.
Oh no. They
Ever. Not in the
one
first movie.
not in the first. No, they didn't start actually doing that until like 4 or 5, maybe when they actually said it. Yeah, he
That's
never
what I'm
really
saying.
had.
He didn't have a name, but he had a name. You know what I'm saying? Like they never say it, and he had a name. I honestly think that's the one thing that truly separated those two films into what ends up becoming a franchise that's marketable and whatever versus what doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I know what you did last summer was iconic for the title of the film, where Scream was iconic for certain things that were said in the film, right? Like, do you like scary movies, that kind of stuff? But then also, and again, mind you, we're talking about those things being in the zeitgeist before there was social media. Everybody running around with the phone, you know what I mean? And having a marketable villain, a character, a Freddy Krueger, a Michael Myers, like Ghostface is in that run. As you start naming, you can't. Who's the villain? And I know what you did last summer. The Gordon's Fisherman, fish sticks, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna hold you, dog. In Unbreakable, the hero in Unbreakable looks exactly like the
Exactly
killer
like.
in what he did. I just got a rain, you know what I'm saying? Hat and galoshes, you know what I'm saying? Raincoat, galoshes, and you know what I'm saying? Give him a hook. That's it. I think we need to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I
I
can
think we
agree with
need to
that.
revisit it because there's a part of me that feels like I actually think that joint might be a better movie. It's been like 25 years since I've seen that movie. But I think it might actually be a better movie. I just don't think it had the villain. And so I think it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't win that race. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense. All right, I also want to say before we get out of here, this 40th anniversary, it's a lot of anniversaries this year.
It is.
Pokemon anniversary coming up. Zelda's anniversary is this weekend. 40th anniversary. 40th anniversary of Transformers, a Transformers movie. They doing the most right now. Their Instagram is on fire. And if these bammers don't stop playing with me with this Autobot Matrix, dog.
The Matrix leadership.
Hey Slim, that joint looks cheap. It looks like it's made out of the most hollow plastic. And guess what?
You want that?
I
Joe.
needs it.
You got
Jokes. I needs it. I
needs
it.
Listen, you just gonna play the music in the background while you open that, Jonah?
Hey dog, you don't understand. You don't understand. the moment I have that joint, I'm doing that joint. You got the touch. I'm doing like I don't have a choice. You got the power. I'm doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, dog, listen. What a great movie, dog. Yeah, we going to the theater to see that joint. You hear
Oh,
me?
100%. I'm game. I'm down for it. I
Did
just need
you
him to put up.
see the battle damage Optimus and Megatron from the movie?
I did not see those. I did see that they were releasing the figures. I don't think I seen them.
Hey, jokes. Them joints sold out in like 6 minutes, bro. I couldn't.
Oh,
I couldn't like, hey, bro. When I say my feelings, bro.
oh, crush.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, yeah. We. I don't really care what's happening when that joint comes back to the theater. We're doing that. We're doing that. Probably more than once, jokes. Do you
Yeah,
hear me?
I just need him to put. Just listen. Let that Jones show up in the thing. I'm just gonna hit you and just be like, which day?
Has
that is a
Tatiana
night.
seen that joint?
Yeah,
All right. Did she cry?
I think. Hey, Boo, did you have a tear the first time we watched the Transformers movie? Oh, she said no. You don't think so?
The animated joint?
The animated? No, not the live action one. Animated. Animated.
She don't even remember, dog.
She don't remember.
Yeah, yeah. We about to change her life. We about to watch that joint, dog.
I'm pretty sure because like that first listen, it wasn't real until Optimus said. they, they
It
sold
turned
that
completely gray, bro.
great. It was like, oh yeah, Optimus
The
is
sound
dead.
of
Like,
silence, bro. It was terrible, dog. Terrible, dog.
oh man.
Yeah, that joint. I've always wondered what Ultra Magnus would have turned into if he would have been Ultra Magnus Prime, dog. Like, I, Ultra Magnanimous Prime, dog. Like, he already had the giant trailer, you know
Giant
what I'm saying, on the
Joseph.
back. Like, if you already basically look exact, like you're
You look like a
already Optimus
prime. You're
Prime
already.
already.
Oh, he'd have been
What do
like
you turn into, dog? If you
the
get that
halfway
joint,
step
dog,
between a prime and Unicron.
bro, stop playing. Like that's, you know what, dog? I'm gonna commission somebody. I'm gonna get somebody to draw that up for me, dog. I might have to hit up my man Marcus. I might have to hit up Marcus and just be like, listen, this is what I need. I need Ultra Magnus. If Prime hadn't dropped the Autobot Matrix and Hot Rod caught the joint first before he handed it to him, dog,
That's gonna be wild.
if, bro, I need that joint. I'm about to shoot a DM right now. I might have to have my man cook that up for me before. You know how he always does, like he does like these series of different joints, like he did
Mm-hmm.
like the X-Men joints, but it was all like with the Disney character and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like I would almost like to see him do a joint of any other character if they had touched the joint and became a prime. Like what would a Bumblebee like? What if Bumblebee had caught the joint first, or what? Well, he wasn't there, but like you know what I'm saying? Like so. Oh man,
That's an idea right there.
Bombotimus Prime, dog. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I don't know what we're doing.
He'd be like, just call me Bumblebee.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah. That joint would be crazy to see what it would look like if anybody else had caught that joint. He should at least do the people that was in the room. Anybody else
Yeah,
that could have caught the
I
joint.
think that makes sense.
Cup, Springer, RC, Blur. Yeah, that joint will be vicious. Daniel should have caught that joint.
I don't know if that works.
My exosuit. Yeah, the exosuit Prime joint, dog.
Hey, he just gonna become one with the
Yeah,
exosuit at that point.
he would have turned into a Gundam, no doubt. He would have turned into a Gundam, dog. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Gundam, I've been watching. I think I told you I've been watching the Gundam. I've been watching Gundam Wing.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what's going on in that joint, dog.
What's
What I
that?
do
What's the
know
last thing you
is,
remember?
dog, I don't know because for real, I'm watching them all kinds of out of order. Cause I just be putting the
Oh,
joint on when I'm about to go to sleep,
oh.
and what'll happen is like is these joints on YouTube where it's just like the Toonami runs or whatever, and so like
Mm-hmm.
Gundam Wing is the first joint that comes on. So I'll be watching it or whatever, but I don't know. I just know I hear the music. Now, on that note, that joint brought back because this joints I forgot about. I've been rewatching Blue Gender, um, rewatching Dot Hack,
Hey.
rewatching um Ergo Proxy, um, like a lot of them joints that was just like Toonami joints that for
Mm-hmm.
real. Even though I already like, again, it was the first time they were really just making anime available on TV,
Yeah.
and the Toonami, the Midnight Runs. And them joints are classic. And it's like a couple of channels that just have them. And they do the whole joint. So Big O is on that joint, like all of them joints. And I love Big O.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, I love Big O.
yeah, them joints are like, yeah, but Gundam Wing, dog, all over the place, bro. I have no idea what's happening. I just know it's very rare that I see a Gundam do anything. I seen like a joint, it was like a little boy who had a Gundam or whatever, and I guess he wasn't supposed to have a Gundam. I guess he has like, I don't know, dog. I can't follow what's happening in that joint, and I'm not gonna go back and try to figure it out. But I I want to say I don't know. I can't even call it. I just know I'm not following it. And I don't be seeing enough action in that joint. They do a whole lot of rapping, a whole lot of
There's a
talkie
lot of.
talking. You know what I'm saying? And there'd be a lot of mobile suits, and then maybe some gunner. I think I saw a joint like the other day, and it was like at one point like 5 Gundam showed up to wipe out. Like they were coming down to like the mobile suits came down to like take over this area or whatever, and they were like,
Mm-hmm.
nope, and brought in like 5. And I was like, that's the most action I've seen, full stop, in these joints at all. I don't know. Like Slim had a Gundam, and they was like telling it, like I think his sister or somebody, it was a woman who was like trying to keep him from getting in the joint, didn't want him to jump in the Gundam or whatever, and he was like, nah, like I got to or whatever. I don't
I
know,
gotta be on
dog.
the
Just
battlefield. I think I have an idea. That happens a couple times though. So
yeah, I don't know, dog. I can't follow it. Blue Gender, I'm following just fine.
mm-hmm.
You ever seen that?
It's been so long. That would have been literally that original Toonami run. That would have been. I have not watched it
Yeah,
since then.
yeah. That joint. Them joints are they're solid, bro. They're solid, old school. Like they feel like mid to late '90s animation. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff, broski. Um, let's wrap it up, dog. Let's get out of here. The pen is pulled. Put the pen back in it.